Hi, this is David with entry number 597 or 598, something like that. I'm here on my usual street, as you know, maybe. This is kind of a fascinating area because it's kind of right in the transition. I think before it becomes like kind of popular and hip or whatever, so it's interesting kind of seeing that transition fall before your eyes. It's probably, if I'm honest, no one likes seeing their kind of whatever, quote unquote, secret being commoditized, or however you want to call it. But it's good for the area, so probably maybe not the worst thing to happen. Last time I talked about being here for 1 year, and I think for the most part my feelings on that are pretty much the same. Being here for a year is interesting, and it's probably, I said it before, but it's somewhere where I don't want to live here permanently. Definitely want to be back before not too long, but it is a fascinating experience, and I believe I did talk about in the previous entry the kind of idea of feeling very lonely and being surrounded by people, and I think that kind of thing is something that I would say that I'm kind of going through at the moment. I mentioned in another previous entry how many of my kind of cohorts from the top program have now left the country and are starting their lives back in their own respective countries. And so for me, it's kind of, I'm at that same junction where I kind of have to begin resetting my life and start finding a new set of friends. And I'm yet again reminded of the difficulty I have in making new friends and acquaintances and all that, and the fact that I don't know how to put this nicely, but I feel like I'm a relatively difficult person to be around for various reasons, and I think the biggest reason is that I'm fairly I don't know how to put this. I'm fairly rational, so I don't really see things in a very, I don't see things painted with the same emotions that I think a lot of other people kind of choose to see the world in. And, I don't think that's a good thing, to be honest, because it does make making friends a lot harder. So many people, I feel, are like very, not simple, but they choose to kind of ignore a lot of obvious things in favor of seeing them with, or coloring their vision with those notions. And I'm not saying my way is good. I'm saying it's very difficult. It's annoying. And it's kind of a burden that, for some ridiculous or stupid reason or another, I've chosen to kind of live my life this way. And, I'm just going to have to try and somehow find some like-minded people in this country. And we'll see how that goes. But, yeah, not really holding out too much hope, to be honest. A couple of my good friends that I made kind of said that they're going to try and come back as soon as possible. But, what that actually means, I don't really know. Sorry about the cars honking. So we'll see. But as usual, the weather is pretty terrible, and it's hot. And every day the forecast again says rain, but it never rains. So all that means is that it's just super humid and disgusting. So it doesn't really make for a very comfortable living environment, to be honest. It's actually very miserable. But the beat goes on, and it's not like life-threatening or anything. It's just comfortable. But yeah, there's a couple of things I kind of wanted to talk about, but I don't really want to broach them at the moment because how I kind of feel in terms of like discomfort, kind of like color in my opinion. Also, the phone is also getting very hot again, so I don't want to keep it on for too